always a pleasure to have this gentleman perform here at the North Shore Original Open Mic. We met back at the Portofino when this first started in 2013, and he's been a co-producer of my show Journey from Johannesburg. I'm influenced by his great work ethic and his excellent musical and performance skills. And I hope you too also will be tonight. So please give a nice warm welcome to my good friend, Mr. Jon Goldstein.
I'm growing strong. I'm feeling right. I found my life now. I'm not afraid to brave the change. I believe all the gifts we receive, yeah, they're ours by design. No more nonsense, no more pretending to be anything more real than what you see. No more nonsense, no more shame to shake off. No more blame, no more games, just a call from above. No illusions, no confusion, no pretension. Can you feel it? Can you deal with it? Can you be real with no more nonsense? Only love. How's everybody doing, all right? Yeah. Yeah? Great. And what if we stumble? And what if we fall? And what if we crumble and ache from it all? Let's forget how to fail, only know how to fly. Let our uncommon senses go live all the time. No more nonsense, no more pretending to be anything more real than what you see. No more nonsense, no more shame to shake off. No more blame, no more games, just a call from above. No illusion, no denial, no defying our intention. No excuses, no refusing our ascension. Can you feel it? Can you be real with it? Can you heal with no more nonsense? Only love. Only love. Thanks so much. So this is actually sort of a kind of a funny concert. For those of you that don't know me that well, I've had an interesting year and a half or so. About a year and a half ago, I took a terrible fall, tore my quadricep, and was out of work for months and had a lot of recovery to do. During that time of recovery, I developed carpal tunnel syndrome in both my hands, to the point where I couldn't play, I couldn't do much of anything. I could barely drive a car, could barely hold onto a steering wheel. And I tried all kinds of remedies. I was doing all kinds of holistic things, doing everything I could to avoid surgery. Anyway, what it came down to is one day I literally couldn't hold chopsticks, and a life without sushi was like a life not worth living. And so I did end up having surgery about a month ago. I had surgery on my right hand about a month ago. And I'm having another surgery on my left hand in just about 2 weeks. So this is sort of like the show between surgeries. But what happened to me over this last year is I ended up, because I could barely play, I was having trouble playing, is I started writing songs that I could actually play even though my fingers were having all this trouble. So that happened to have been one of them. That's the first time that's ever been played live. You know, thank you. And I'm going to play a few more of those tonight that really are all about barely touching the strings, doing a lot of minimalism. And I actually, I mean, I'm not saying all this stuff because I feel sorry for myself. I actually feel great. And but I do see that this issue that we all run into, which are obstacles and limitations and all of that, is that so often limitations lead us to, you know, innovation. Like that sometimes these roadblocks are actually blessings in disguise or opportunities in disguise. And just to, like, if you can keep your mind in that mindset of, yeah, this isn't going to get me down. This is actually something I can really work with and move forward with. That is my message for the evening. Okay. This is Love Service. This is about vice. She runs a love service, it's always on the surface, dangerous, distributing desire. She runs a love service, I guess we should be nervous. You know she's gonna set us on fire. Well, now I know you know her well. You wasted time in her hotel, broken lamps and sweaty bones, and you left in the dark alone. And I know you know the cost of all the wits you've lost. You've come again so many times, so committed to your crimes. And you know so much better. You know so much better. She runs a love service. She's fixing to pervert us. It's day sinister, supplying every vice. Here comes her love service, and she is set to burn us. Too high price to pay for paradise. And you know so much better. Service, and underneath the surface it's murderous, it's mad beyond measure. I've come to love her service, and she is set to hurt us every time we give in to the pleasure. She'll run that love service. I know you don't deserve this. You got too many good times still on ahead. Better run from love service and find a higher purpose. It's time to do the work, send me to bed. Yeah, you got to do the work, send me to bed. So, you know, that one was one I wrote for, some of you are familiar with Ben Diamond's 21 and 21 group. During the COVID lockdown, our fellow songwriter Ben Diamond started this group where he would basically give out a prompt. And then 2 weeks later, a bunch of songwriters got together and played the song they wrote based on that prompt, and we would do it in a Zoom session. At the time that I wrote that, you know, I was trying to write a song about vice, and it was kind of a silly song, whatever. But I really started thinking about, you know, my own vices, my own challenges, and I had a different song that I needed to write that was maybe a little more serious. And this is that one. This is called Put Her Down. But the main thing about this is, you know, vice is sort of a funny thing that people are addicted to drugs, people are addicted to alcohol, people are addicted to sex, to food, to all kinds of things. People are addicted to their own suffering. They're addicted to anger. They're addicted to all these things that become their habits. And so often, these addictions are nothing more than excuses for not growing, for not like owning up to your own BS, you know? So whatever your vice may be, this is my recommendation, that at some point, you gotta put it down. It's time for me to put her down and tell you about her coming round. It's time for me to shed this skin. It's time that I confess my sin. She turned me on, she set me free. She gave me an identity. And briefly I was flying high. Believed this love would never lie. But that was then and this is now. It's time for me to put her down. We slow danced for so many years. I overstepped, she set me here. This obscure view far from center road. I overslept and missed the show. There's nothing doing for me now. It's time for me to put her down. Now some things go from bad to worse. This in-between's a wicked curse. If everything is just alright, it's hard to change, to rise, to fight. Some things end in fire and rage. Her exit lines are set off stage. I find myself alone again. First time since can't remember when. It's time for me to put her down. It's time for me to put her down. It's time for me. Time for me. It's time for me. This time. This is called Safe With Me. secret safe with me. I'll throw away the key. Sleep now, you're a dream away from free. Your secret safe with me. Your song will walk the wire to dishearten or inspire. No doubt how you take us higher. Your song will walk that wire. Where do you go when no one's there? What do you sing when no one can hear? What do you hide? What do you share when no one will care? That's when I go there. Your story plays a game. Pride wrestling with shame, and always a trouble. Neither one alone can earn a claim. Your story plays that game. Where do you go when no one can hear? What do you sing when no one can hear? What do you hide? What do you share when no one will care? That's when I go there. That's when I go there. So how's it gonna be? Lock me down or set me free. Hang me now for everyone to see. Is that how it's gonna be? No, no, no. Your secret's safe with me. I'll throw away the key. Sleep now, you're a dream away from free. Your secret's safe with me. Your secret's safe with me. Thanks so much. This next one I'm going to dedicate to Don Billingsley. You guys know Don Billingsley? It's over there. Did I say it right? I did, right? Billings? Billings, no Lee. He's not an adjective. Or an adverb, which one is it? He's a noun. He's a person. He's a proper noun. Although if you've heard his poetry, sometimes he's an improper noun. This one's about American history. called Nothing Works the Way It's Supposed to. The preamble rumbling thunder from a wealthy mob of men who did declare they had enough of bluffing king commanding them. He would pray on the pay till the day they said nay. Go to war, let me pour, break away. What a day when they won, but no fun. The battle just begun. We're still fighting the fascists for freedom. 100 years later, an amendment set free those whose souls were sold to hypocrites who claim supremacy. Another battle would rattle the heart of the nation. 2 centuries later, still a raging conflagration, separation, segregation, not a drop of reparation. But they freak if you speak, disagree, take a knee. Yeah, everybody freeze for the national anthem. Get down on your knees for the national anthem. It's a disease, a catastrophe. Our allegiance on the god over democracy. I still believe it was we the dream of the old red, white, and blue. But I guess nothing works the way it's supposed to. Your mother and your daughter and your sister and your auntie see the shards of the glass ceilings. They keep shattering, supplanting every time by the crime of their personal choices. Shut up, white men, let them raise their voices. Get out of their way, man, more than equally pay them. They work circles riding Daisy every day, every way, man. Why do you believe the TV shouting out of you? Why do you always need a daddy man to tell you what to do? All this cognitive distance, there's no critical thinking. The school, the church, the media, what started your brain shrinking? How I wish I could shake you awake from your sleep. Another sheep on the heap, would you rage? What a creep! Yeah, you can't spell patriot without the riot. Can't sell nationalism, boy, unless you'll buy it. It's a damn shame, and the ones to blame are the interest in you. It's just one piece of the game. I still believe we'll flip the board, although I'm sure they'll sue. But I guess nothing works the way it's supposed to. I'm going down to Washington, I'm running for the seat. Yeah, I've had enough of nothing more than nothing on repeat. Yeah, I'm bringing on my savvy and my introspective view. And they'll shoot me on the wall before somebody can yell Jew. And I laugh as I fall and accept my bloody christening. You get freedom of speech as long as nobody is listening. Yeah, you can't have a great experiment without some failure. But question the wrong faction, they're bound to jail you. Toss you off the roof and make it look like you moved. What's the truth? So the roof, so the show was the proof. And by the time it shines through your ADD's got you, it's you. It's you. It's you. That doesn't work the way it's supposed to. Thanks. That's fun. That's fun. So this next one is not part of the carpal tunnel group of songs. This is a song I wrote prior to that, but it was a special request by the Queen of NOOM, Miss Nancy Baum. So I'm going to play a song called Uncompleted Masterpiece. And I want you to know how much damage it does to my hand to play this, because it's really hard. So this is all for you, because I love you so much, and I think everybody does, right? Every now and then, when I'm talking to a friend about nothing in particular, your name comes up in the conversation, draws me back to our body of work. Sometimes time brushes broad vibrant strokes mediocre moments. But in our case, there was nothing of the sort. Our canvas was taut, took to a full as we mastered our craft. We bent it like Calder, a sculpture so free and so fun. The next movement lay within us. For a time we had the realists on the run. As expected, the critics had plenty to say, discounting our work as a vulgar display, as a joke, as a threat, as the worst action yet, by immature, amateur, saboteur, provocateurs. They were wrong, they were wrong. They could not see the song, could not taste nor touch the tune. Their charcoal and ink remain high on their shelves, out of sight, out of mind, out of reach of themselves. They will never play in hues like me and you. And those who were seen dancing were thought to be insane by those who could not hear the music. Those who were dancing were thought insane by those who could not hear the tune. Those who were seen dancing were thought to be insane by those who could not hear the music. Those who were dancing were thought insane by those who could not hear the tune. I don't expect we'll ever work together again, but I wish you well, and I want to tell you I'm alright. Yeah, I'm okay, and I made it through the worst of it. I still paint with a masterful hand. I command the attention of all who would dare face the music that burns and begs to be shared, and play unafraid of the wrath of God and man, who will never paint a tune like me and you. And those who were seen dancing were thought to be insane by those who could not hear the music. Those who were dancing were thought insane by those who could not hear the tune. And you and I, we wrote the book, the verse, the score, an opera of the people. We stretched our canvas and signed our names to an uncompleted masterpiece. Thanks so much. So I have I only had one left. Yeah, we're good. I'm going to play one more song. The other thing I did in response to not having hands working so well on the guitar is I started playing piano. So I'm going to go over there and play piano. Now I'm over here. It's nice over here. Even though this is an all original open mic, I didn't write the words to this one. This is from a speech by Theodore Roosevelt. It's known as The Man in the Arena, and if you're familiar with it, you know the theme, but if you don't, personally I feel like this has sort of been like a little bit of a mantra for my life, or at least the last few years of my life, and it's very much about doing what you believe in and pursuing what you believe in, regardless of what the critics say, regardless of whether you succeed or fail or whatever. Personally, I'm real happy with myself. I'm real proud of where I've gotten in this life, whatever it is, failings, successes, all of that. And I hope all of you are happy with your lives too. And I guess Theodore Roosevelt was happy with his life too. He made it a little further than me, but whatever, it's not a competition. Anyway, this is Man in the Arena, and I have been John Goldstein, and thank you for listening, and I will continue to be John Goldstein, and I hope you continue to be yourself too. All right. It's not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who wears, who comes short again and again. There's no effort without shortcoming and error, but who strives to do the deeds, enthusiastic and devoted, who spends himself in a most worthy cause, who at his best knows in the end the triumph of achievement, and at worst fails daring greatly if he does, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who know neither of victory nor defeat. The credit belongs to the man in the arena. May that credit belong to thee. Thanks so much.